Fast am I, good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. Starting out with Bob Dylan, from one of his finest albums, Blonde on Blonde, 1966, and a song one of us must know.
I didn't mean to treat you so bad. You shouldn't take it so personal. I didn't mean to make you so sad. You just happened to be there, that's all. When I saw you say goodbye to your friend and smile, I thought that it was well understood that you'd be coming back in a little while. I didn't know that you were saying goodbye for good. Must know that you just did what you're supposed to do. Sooner or later, one of us must know that I really did try to get close to you. I couldn't see what you could show me. Your scarf, it kept your mouth well hid. I couldn't see how you could know me, but you said you knew me and I believed you did. When you whispered in my ear and asked me if I was leaving with you or her, I didn't realize just what I did hear. I didn't realize how young you were. But sooner or later, one of us must know but you're just doing what you're supposed to do. Sooner or later, one of us must know that I really did try to get close to you. I couldn't see when it started snowing. Your voice was all that I heard. I couldn't see where we were going, but you said you knew and I took your word. And then you told me later as I apologized that you were just kidding me, you weren't really from the farm. And I told you as you clawed out my eyes that I never really meant to do you any harm. But sooner or later, one of us must know that you just did what you're supposed to do. Sooner or later, one of us must know that I really did try to get close to you.
Oh yes, wonderful stuff from his Bobness. He was so far ahead of others at that time, 1966. Anyway, let's go to some tunes now. The Crosses of Anna, McFadden's Handsome Daughter by Matt Malloy, Paul Brady and Tommy Peoples. Well, I said that was from an album by Matt Malloy, Paul Brady and Tommy Peoples. Malloy, Brady, Peoples, the album's called, from 1978, but I couldn't hear any Tommy Peoples on fiddle on that track. Just Matt Malloy on flute, Paul Brady on guitar. I'll find another track from that album with Tommy Peoples on and play it for you soon. Now, a couple of years ago, there was an album released by Martin Simpson and Tom Jutz called Nothing But the Green Willow, the songs of Mary Sands and Jane Gentry. Tom Jutz is an American songwriter and guitarist, and he's got an obsession with Cecil Sharp's 1916 and 1918 collection, English Folk Songs of the Southern Appalachians, particularly those songs from the singers Mary Sands and Jane Gentry. So here's one of those, Fair Annie, and it features the wonderful Emily Portman on vocals, who'll be reappearing on the show very shortly.
A Jew, fair Annie did say, for 12 months and 1 day, you're to welcome my brisk young bride that I bring over the main. It's 12 months they've been rolling around, fair Annie thought the time wore long. She took the spyglass into her hands, and out of the doors she's gone. She looked to the east, west, north and south. She looked all under the sun. She thought she saw love as a maiden she once had been. She served them all the livelong day, the rest of them drunk ale, beer and wine. But Annie, she drank the cold well water to keep her spirits alive. Fair Annie, she had a silken towel hanging on a silver pin, and she wiped out her watery eyes as she walked out and in. I wish my sons were 7 greyhounds and I was a fox on the hill, that they might have more breath than I, that they might worry me down. Come down, says the newcome bride. Come down the stairs, says she. Tell me the name of your father, dear, and I'll tell mine to thee. King Henry, he's my own father, dear. Queen Chartres, she's my mother. Mary, she's my own sister, dear. Douglas, he's my brother. He's your own father, dear. Queen Chartres, she's your mother. I'll ensure I am your own sister, dear. Prince Douglas, he's our brother. We're 7 ships all out on the sea, they're loaded to the brim. 5 of them I'll give unto you, and 2 will carry me home. 5 of them I'll give unto you, we'll have Lord Thomas Burn.
Next, more Matt Molloy on flute, this time with the Bothy Band, the Maids of Mitchelstown. mixed up 2 tracks from the first album by the Furrow Collective, At Our Next Meeting. In the notes, Lucy Farrell says that her and Emily Portman were singing sad songs to each other in the kitchen, and thought that Handsome Molly and Our Captain Calls were kind of the same story but from different sides. And on the album the 2 songs blend together. Lucy Farrell is singing Handsome Molly, and that's followed by Emily Portman with Our Captain Calls.
I wish I was in London or some other seaport town. I would set my foot on a sailboat and sail the ocean round while sailing on the ocean, while sailing on the sea. I'd think of Handsome Molly wherever she might be. Oh, don't you remember, Molly? You gave me your right hand, and you said that if you married, that I would be the man. But you have broke your promise, so go home with who you please. And while my heart is breaking, you're lying at your ease. I went to church last Sunday, and Molly passed me by. I could tell her mind was changing by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye. I could tell her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. I waiting for strangers. Why don't you stay at home, free from all dangers? I'll roll you in my arms, my own dearest jewel. So stay at home with me, love, and don't be cruel. When I had gold in store, you used to invite me, but now I'm low and poor. You seem to slight me. You courted me a while, just to deceive me. And now my heart you've won, you're going to leave me. Here's adieu to all my friends, both father and mother. Grieve not for me, for I have no other. Grieve not for me, for I am a-going into everlasting joy, where fountains flowing.
I do love that first album by the Furrow Collective, and indeed all of their work. Now, towards the end of July, Paul Heaton, he of the House Martins and the Beautiful South, is performing at the Villa. I'm sure it'll be a great gig, but it's sold out now and I've missed out on tickets. But his guest singer on this tour is Rhiann Downey, and she's got a single out this year called The Song of Old Glencoe.
There's a mist moving over the mountain, close to the place I call home, where the song of the sparrow and the whistling of the trees pulls me in like I was their own.
Well, we had a track from the first Furrow Collective album. How about one from the first Bellowhead album? In fact, this was the first track on it. Jordan from Burlesque, 2006. That long ago.
Travel, I believe. Sleeves. Jordan is a hard road to travel, I believe. And Jonah spent 3 days in the belly of a whale, 3 days and 2 nights there according. He tickled him with a straw, which caused him to laugh, and he shut him on the other side of Jordan. Pull off your old coat and roll up your sleeves. Jordan is a hard road to travel, I believe. Pull off your old coat and roll up your sleeves. Jordan is a hard road to travel, I believe.
Niall McCabe is a singer-songwriter from Clare Island in the lovely Clew Bay, County Mayo. Not been there for many years. He had an album out in 2023 called Rituals. I do believe he's got a new one coming out very soon, but I've not found it yet. Anyway, this song is called Stonemason.
It's early in December and I'm working on this wall. Can hardly feel my fingers now at all. I write to you this evening when the cold has left my bones. This Does anyone want some money there at home? Well, the work, it isn't easy, but it's better than the streets. I passed a guy from home last week, the city's got him beat. He asked me for some money, I pretended not to hear. Oh, I swear I'm gonna lose myself out here. And the only thing that matters now, as much as getting home, is trying not to lose the little faith that isn't gone. Between God and this big city and the wall I'm working on, it's tough to find the meaning in a song. It's been a hard life too long. Some days I can't remember how I ended up out here. There's something about the money and the building a career. Well, the only thing I've built so far is 100 miles of stone, the opposite direction now to home. Well, you asked me not to promise anything before I left. But me, I never listened. Can I get this off my chest? I'm sorrier than anything that drives a man to be here, 'cause I swore that I'd be home within a year. And the only thing that matters now, as much as getting home, is trying not to lose the little love that hasn't gone. Between God and this big city and the plane I'm waiting on, it's tough to find the meaning in a song. Been a hard life too long. Well, maybe it's the season, or possibly the cold. Maybe I'm in desperation, finally growing bold. But if I tighten up my belt, start living on a string, do you think I'd make it back to you in spring? For a minute, let's be honest, while I'm laying down these stones, I'm just dreaming of a daydream, of a daydream of a home. And the reason that I pass my buddy sleeping on the stairs is I know I'll soon be joining him down there. And the only thing that matters now, as much as getting home, is trying to remember how your voice sounds on the phone. Between God and this big city and the plane I'm waiting on, it's tough to find the meaning in a song. It's been a hard life too long.
Well, that was very nice from Niall McCabe. I look forward to his new album. Next, a track from Sans Silt Flint, the very interesting album I discovered recently by Fiona So Pang, even though it was released 3 years ago. This is Lass o' the Lecht.
What was this about the Lass o' the Lecht, Jimmy? What happened to her?
Well, she was engaged up at here, Gargarcia, but she belonged to someone else, and she'd been over the hill for the weekend, maybe. And she left her Sunday night to come home to Gargarcia. And the lad could ride her up the west of that and come on and off and I said, well, it's over there. It's like fair to it.
Come on, will you now? Come on, could you know will you muggy? Could you come on, will you muggy now? soft and clean. There is a bed I could lay me down here. Say white and clean upon the bed till the morning's here. White upon white upon white, white upon white, white upon white upon white, white upon white, white upon white upon white. Korean, come on, will you now? Come on, Korean, will you magi? Korean, come on, will you magi? Feel my bones heavy now. Feel my head calm now. I wish for now.
Here's a track for all the geography teachers, Oxbow Lakes. It's by Ralph McTell from a recent album called Hill of Beans.
Well, you say we should go round things that interrupt our flow. But when I see a shortcut, it is there I want to go. Patiently you wait for me until we're both delayed, and you wonder would I ever see. That's how Oxbow Lakes are made. Well, you know how this will tire me as you wait round the bend. You say you still admire me, but you want it all to end. And you tell me there's no hurry, by reason I'm not swayed. And I give you cause to worry. That's how Oxbow Lakes are made. Now I could not see it coming as I punched on ahead, till walls collapsed around me, and a glance filled me with dread that I had left you stranded, and a dreadful price was paid as out to sea I headed, and an Oxbow Lake was made. Some reward for patience and faithful loyalty, as a river burst its banks and it washed all over me, through the new cut channel
Here's a track from the McClear album, Livewire, that I've not played before. It's a Rennie Vi.
Na mi a clashin je, chen denya at the werden, the beer was tie, was a valja, as on ieren when na gillian gol ma git, die san ridden nach die jenu, as sen jad kurach, in onjage, zeer slecht, soden, vari, denya giri, die rau solis chit.
I'm not sure who it is reading the Manx Gaelic words there, but I'm sure one of the guys will let me know. Now, a great album from a couple of years ago was Sula by the band Dive. That's spelt D-A-I-M-H. It's a great mixture of tunes and songs. Here's a song, Tala Connic Oig.
He خاطران که شهنر مراوی خنیر نپیانه اسکالی خیر بارن منکن فلیو فلیو ایو برو فلیو فلیو ایلینیو ها ایارو ایو فلیو فلیو ایو برو فلیو فلیو ایلینیو ها ایارو ایو.
Well, as I think you know, I'm recording these shows ahead of time because I've got a busy May, so I'm not sure of all of the gigs that are happening around the island, but the usual sessions will be taking place, I'm sure. O'Donnell's on a Wednesday night, the Mitre in Ramsey on a Friday night, and there will be a Sunday afternoon session somewhere. Check social media. The Folk Club at the Buffs Club in Ramsey on Thursday night. I'm sure there's other things happening on Wednesday nights at the Sailors Shelter in Peel too. Again, check social media. Time for just one more track, and these are some tunes by a band called the Moving Violations. They're described as a contra dance band based in Massachusetts with a 25-year plus history. And I thought this set was an interesting change in feel from what we're used to hearing. The first tune is very well known, The Trip to Durrow, and that's followed by The Plank House and The Curvy Road to Corinth. There'll be another one of these pre-recorded shows next week, bringing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world, and I hope you'll join me then.